Everyone, my name is Luke. This is beautiful Susie. Welcome to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review, where it is time to review a product that we've been testing out for a long time. We received this around the beginning of spring. We actually had some cold weather usage with this jacket. This is from Outdoor Research. And Susie, why don't you tell them what this is?
This is the Outdoor Research Interstellar waterproof jacket, and currently it is folded up nice and neat. It has its own stuff sack, so to speak, because one of the pockets you can turn it inside out, stuff the jacket inside. So this is currently what I have, but I'll go ahead and unzip it and we'll pull it out.
Before you do, let's just go ahead and focus on how small this is. I mean, it's incredibly small. You really can compact this thing. It's impressive.
Yes.
Now, this is the men's version, but Susan and I have actually both been wearing this one. It works just fine for both. This is what I refer to as my banana jacket. It's nice and yellow. It's almost an orange. What do you think?
Yeah, orangey yellow.
Yeah.
This is a men's size medium for this jacket. Essentially, the woman's version has a different cut. And other than that, they're essentially the same.
When it comes to the fit, this is a trim fit. This is more of a movement jacket. It was designed to be worn with an additional layer, a thin one, and it's really a stretchy material so that you could do just about anything that you want to. I mean, you can hike with this, you can climb with this. Heck, I've heard of people playing golf with this jacket, and because it's so flexible, you can move, you can swing, it moves with you and stretches, so it has that going for it. Now, as mentioned before, this is the men's version, but Susie will go ahead and put this on. Keep in mind that the cut will be a little bit different for a woman's figure, a woman's beautiful figure.
So this is a men's medium. It's a little oversized on me, but not bad. And I just wanted to show you ladies, if your husband has one of these jackets, you guys can essentially share this. It just has a different fit than the woman's jacket would have, but it works well for me. I have plenty of space, I can move easily, and it's just a tad bit oversized.
That is something to keep in mind. If you want to wear this jacket with a larger insulation layer, you may, if you're a woman, may want to go with the men's version to have more space.
It's something Luke and I do all the time. We share gear.
Oh yeah.
He's not sharing my clothes, but I do wear a lot of his clothing because waterproof jackets and things like that, pullovers, fleece hoodies, they work just fine for me as well.
Oh yeah, Susie all the time is grabbing like, this jacket, I'm going to town, boom, she runs off.
Exactly. You may not call it unisex, but it works. So if there's couples out there and they just buy one of these jackets, you guys can share it, it works.
With this being a high-end waterproof jacket, it is more expensive in terms of cost than some waterproof shells out there. So if you could share that investment with somebody else, that's a huge plus, like for us. So why don't we take a second here, let's go over some of the stats real quick.
$2.99 is the retail price. You may be able to find it cheaper. We were able to find a black one for around $200 online. So keep in mind that the price will vary a little.
When it comes to colors, of course, it's going to vary depending by like what year you buy it, what's available in stock, and so on. As mentioned before, this is the yellow version. There is an orange version of this jacket, which I was not able to get my hands on, that looked really sweet. But when it comes to the colors, I like the yellow. I refer to this as my banana jacket. I like it, it stands out. What do you think about the yellow?
It does stand out. It's something different, so I definitely like it. It's one of those things when you have all your jackets hanging up and you know that your waterproof jacket is yellow, it's easy to find. So for a men's, we have black, blue, red, yellow available online. And the women's version, they have black, purple, teal, and a red color, which they call garnet.
When it comes to sizes, it's your typical finding: small, medium, large, extra, extra large.
When it comes to women's sizes, you're looking at extra small up to extra large.
As we mentioned before, the fit is more of a trim fit. Some people refer to this as an athletic fit. For myself, this is the medium size, and there's plenty of room for an insulation layer on the inside. Not a huge puffer jacket, but a good down jacket, sweater, and so on.
As far as weight is concerned, a large size is 11.6 ounces, and smaller, you're gonna go lighter, you're gonna go heavier with larger sizes.
When it comes to the materials, you have a lot going on here. First off, you have a 3-layer nylon shell, and on the inside, this white material, that is what Outdoor Research refers to as the AscentShell, or Ascent membrane. Essentially, this is a new material from Outdoor Research. It's waterproof, windproof, and also releases a great deal of moisture to go through it. And we will talk about the performance of this jacket in just a moment.
When it comes to the nylon, it is 20D nylon stretch ripstop front with 100% polyester 12D backer. The material feels very soft, not plasticky or silky.
It really does. The first time that I felt this jacket, I was surprised by it. Your typical rain jacket, waterproof jacket, has that sort of plasticky feel. This jacket does not. When it comes to the zippers here, the main zipper is a YKK AquaGuard zipper.
There's a storm flap behind it to prevent water from getting through.
And it also blocks the wind. And with that being said, we might as well go over the functions and features of this jacket. We could start with pockets.
We have 2 pockets down here for your hands. They are high enough, so if you wanted to use this jacket with a harness, it will not interfere with that.
Now, it should be said that with a backpack, the waist belt will go over the bottom portion of the pocket, but you could still access from the top part. So it is usable.
And then we have 1 chest pocket up here, nice and roomy.
And you also have a cell phone pocket on the inside of this. It is a small pocket, and I have found that it's somewhat of a chore to actually get your phone in it and out of it. I typically don't use it. Of course, you can use it for something else, maybe the right item.
Right.
I typically carry a very small wallet. Something very small and thin. It would probably fit inside of that. Ah, it does.
Yep.
There you go.
So
Pocket.
wallet pocket maybe is a better fit for that.
But if you have the George Costanza wallet, that's not going to work.
That's true. All right, I'll just keep that.
What? She's gonna buy yarn with all that money. $2 in there. Moving on, we have the adjustable cuffs. So you can pull these nice and tight around your wrists. Full adjustment. At the bottom here, you can pull this nice and tight and snug to block the wind from coming up. Just as Susie did there. You do have a hood that is big enough for a helmet. Fully adjustable. You tighten it here in the back. You pull it tight here on the sides. You do have a brim. There is a wire that goes right across here, so you can form this the way that you want it. As far as features go, pockets and so on, that's pretty much it.
That's it.
So when it comes to our uses of this jacket, we've used this for just about anything and everything that you can imagine. I've taken this out kayaking, we've taken it out backpacking, day hikes. Susan's used it for like quick trips running to the store. For a waterproof jacket, it has worked perfectly. It is 100% waterproof. At no point in time have I had this jacket soak through. I've never gotten wet with this jacket. When it comes to the pros and cons, it is a pricey jacket if you pay full retail price. You're looking at $300. Now, that's going to be a con in some ways, and it's also a pro in some ways, because if you compare this to even your average Gore-Tex jacket, Gore-Tex is so expensive. If you're talking about a high-end Gore-Tex jacket, you're talking about $1,000, if not more. If you need something that's just super, super tough, go with Gore-Tex. But most people do not need a Gore-Tex jacket. Save the money 98% of the time. When it comes to the performance comparison to Gore-Tex, for most people, for most events, it's fantastic. This performs just as good, if not better. For most people, you're out for a hike for a day of rain, this is going to perform perfectly for you.
Another pro about the jacket is that it's super lightweight. It really is the best performing jacket at the lightest weight that we have.
We do have other waterproof jackets that are a little bit lighter than this one, but they do not perform as good as this one. The Ascent membrane on the inside really is impressive. I mean, you can wear this jacket and it's going to release some heat. It's going to release that moisture on a level that is better than your average waterproof jacket. I think of like the Marmot Precip jacket. I highly recommend it. It's fantastic, but it collects so much moisture on the inside and it holds in so much heat that you can become wet with just a little bit of use. I have Gore-Tex jackets that cost hundreds of dollars more than this, and they gather more moisture and trap in more heat than this jacket.
Moving on with the pros of the jacket, the next one is all about the flexibility and stretch of this jacket.
At no point in time does this jacket hinder you from essentially what you're going to do. And that is a very impressive aspect to this jacket. If you take your average Gore-Tex jacket, rain jacket, it is only going to flex and move so much. Most of them will hinder you. It's not the case with this jacket at all.
Right. I can't think of a single activity that you can't do in this jacket.
It's true.
It is perfect for the active lifestyle. As for the sizing, I would call that it's right on. It is a trim fit with room for another layer.
We've talked about the comfort somewhat of this jacket, and it really does need to be mention one more time, it's very comfortable. Right now it is 80 degrees out here at Lone Wolf Mountain. I'm wearing this jacket. I'm warm, don't get me wrong, but I'm not hot. Whereas with your average, very inexpensive rain jacket, you'd be sweating bullets because they just simply don't breathe enough. This jacket is extremely breathable.
The last pro to focus on is the style of the jacket. It is very stylish, and I like that you have so many colors to choose from, and it's not just black.
Now with that being said, let's jump to the cons and let's talk about heat just a little bit. This jacket, in my opinion, is almost perfect, but there's just one issue with it. Luckily it's not too big, but it's the biggest issue with this jacket. There's no pit zips. I really, really wish there was pit zips. Now I do understand why Outdoor Research didn't put them in there. That way you can move, it flexes and whatnot. But there are times where it's raining, you're hiking, and you're getting warm, and it's those times where you wish that you had pit zips just to let some air in.
Just that one aspect I think would make the jacket better. Another con for the jacket is that there's no media port. It's not a big deal to us, but that might matter to some of you.
Oh, that feels good.
It does feel good.
While we've had no issues when it comes to water leaking in or anything like that, we did notice that the water repellent treatment on this jacket is beginning to wear essentially where you have your backpack, like the shoulder harness and also on the back. It is essentially just rubbing it off. You can see that it's not quite as water repellent, it's not beading as much. So that is something that you need to keep in mind and what you're going to use it for. You may have to treat the jacket periodically. So when it comes to the pros and cons for this jacket, I think we've touched upon everything. You know, for the most part, this jacket is easy to adjust. If you have gloves on, you might fiddle a little bit before you find everything, but that's kind of par for the course for a waterproof jacket. Of course, with this jacket, they're trying to go as lightweight as possible, and they've achieved that. They're trying to give you a jacket that's also extremely waterproof, windproof, and breathable. And they've done that.
They've done that, yeah.
Yep. And that's one of the reasons why this jacket is an award winner with so many outdoor channels and magazines and whatnot.
Right.
Because it really does perform well. And when it comes to performance, it's one of the best I've used.
Another point to make is that for a high-end waterproof jacket, the price on this is excellent. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for something that performs very well and has the breathability, it might be worth just saving up for.
With Susan saying that, that pretty much wraps up our review of the Interstellar jacket.
Yeah.
Should I say that?
I'm not sure, but I know something you do say.
Oh.
You say, buy once, cry once?
I do say that.
Right. So maybe that could apply to this jacket.
It's true.
So, guys, I think that that's it. We've covered everything about it.
If you have any questions for us, make sure to email us. If you have a comment, leave that down below. Everybody, until next time, strength and honor. Bye.